All right. Well, Gonky, there's an air war. It's a ceasefire between India and Pakistan, and there's a lot of claims
Yeah, it's wild.
recently. I did a video today. It's got 500,000 views already. About the
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's like today. So Pakistan has claimed 5 kills, one being a MiG-29 or Rafale,
Whoa.
Su-30, a drone,
Yep.
and I don't remember the other one. But Doug, you got an article. We were going to cover that real quick. The biggest thing is, so they did an operation, and then India actually struck the airbase in Pakistan and claims they have a kill, but nothing has been really confirmed. There's a couple pictures of stuff, but they think it might be the first use of a PL-15 air-to-air missile, which is obviously the long-range Chinese missile. They're using the PL-15E, but the J-10 is Chinese, and then the JF-17 is obviously both. You know, it's a joint thing. They have F-16s, but I don't think they used it. But there's a lot of trash talking between both sides. And Gonky, I wanted to get your opinion on this because, you know, I've obviously made a couple videos about it, and JT as well. You know, I mean, 3 sides to every story, or what do you think's going on here?
Well, like we covered the GF-17 last week. They got shot.
Turned out to be false. Yeah,
right.
That turned out to be fake news.
Right. So, in kind of in unusual fashion, I was trying to get a little bit smarter for this show because I knew we were going to talk about the India-Pakistan thing, and I know it's a very charged crowd.
Very, very charged.
Very charged. Yes. So, you know, I watched the 8-minute video that you kind of made your video on, and then the defense minister too for Pakistan was on as well, and I listened to the Indian the generals. I think they're the flag officers talking. And it's kind of apparent to me, man, that like you said, it's really hard to sift through the truth and not the truth. You know, as far as evidence, as you know, 5 kills, right? Like you said, man, the Rafale and the flanker.
I think 2 Rafales is kind of what they're going with.
Yeah,
and there's wreckage of the Su-30 somewhere.
But there's no. I mean, I searched the interwebs. I didn't. Right. There's no pictures, but you know, on the flip side, I mean, we've all 3 been in combat, and it's not like you don't want the whole world knowing real time what's going on or what the score is, right? So it may be part of the tactics to just throw a bunch of stuff out there to get people charged up. You know, maybe there's a narrative that each side is trying to work, but you know, just looking at the flying side as an operator, as a pilot, you know, like the video that the 8-minute video of the was he the vice marshal of the
it was like he was basically their spokesperson for
he's
very well spoken, very up to date. Dude, it sounded like I was listening to a joint ACSC, Air Command and Staff College, because he's talking multi-domain, he's talking centers of gravity, he's talking. I'm like, dude, I just did a paper on this.
Yeah, he's saying like he's
well educated.
I did some research. He's a Mirage pilot, so he knows what he's talking about, like with fighter tactics and stuff. And you know, the 2 questions I guess I had in my mind was, you know, they played the. I don't know if you guys heard the audio of the Indian
the Godzilla 4. Godzilla 4 sees smoke in the air, or sees an explosion, but they don't elaborate. It's not like, hey, Godzilla 3's down. You know, it's just explosion.
Well, I mean, I guess secure is not working for the Indians. You know, like why would you divulge that? You know, if you were, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking like okay, so they're revealing now that they can hack their comms, because he literally said, he's like, if I can hear one, I can hear them all. And I thought, I don't know if that's something you would want, you know, the enemy to know. So that was a question in my mind of maybe,
you mean the Pakistanis are telling the Indians that
you know what I'm saying? If you're an Indian fighter pilot, you're like, wait a minute, they can hear us. You know, it's like, I thought this scramble, whatever they use, works.
We need a new kick. Yeah. We need the new codes.
Sevy and Mickey, you did it wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's probably what happened is they didn't link up secure. So they're like, all right, you know what? We're just going open because we're not crossing the border anyway.
Yeah. And that was the other thing. So at least per his brief, it looks like neither side was willing to cross each other's border, which would indicate they had both sides have a very defensive mindset, which usually puts you in a pretty safe frame of mind as far as, no blue losses basically. And I just, the Indians losing 5 airplanes,
5 to 7,
5 to 7 in that posture with those airplanes definitely raises an eyebrow. Now, sorry,
I was gonna say without shooting back. That's the other thing.
Right, exactly. And then the real thing was, or not the real thing, their defense minister was on, the regular media. And he was getting asked all kinds of questions, and he was not doing well with the
which country are you talking about?
Pakistan.
India? Oh, okay.
Pakistan, yeah.
Because India came out and said they asked him, he said losses will be had.
Yeah,
it was kind of just a blanket. He didn't confirm it, he didn't deny it. Just said there will be losses, which there will.
So both of the military press releases, whatever, I thought from both sides were well put together. Whether they are authentic or not, I'm not sure, man, to be honest. I mean, JT, did you see it? JT, did you watch a little bit of that?
Well, I mean, I don't believe anything on this because I think China is just going to feed us exactly what they want. Like, this is their game. Like, first, and now we're messing. Like, now we have a player that they are actively very, very angry with because we're about to move all our manufacturing to India. Like, of course they're gonna they are gonna flood us. Like, you gotta think 4D here. Like, and that's like, all my friends that constantly like send me article after article every day of like, oh my God, did you see this? I'm just like, just stop, man. Like, you are their exact target. Like, China is flooding us with millions upon millions of pieces of social posts and written media. They're paying our own reporters to write things they want written. Like, they are using our First Amendment against us. Like, and just don't be the freaking spreader of that shit. And so it's like, with this situation right here, that sounds exactly like China just going, oh yeah, Pakistan shot down 7 of their planes. Like,
well, dude, that's actually a great point, because one of the things that Gonky, you and I have talked about, and I mentioned it on the show, India, remember we talked about the big buy? They said, nope, no Block 3 Super Hornets or whatever Super Hornet they were going to get. They went with the Rafale.
Mm-hmm.
China is trying to sell J-10s and J-20s and all their newest fighters, JF-17s and the PL-15, because that's the export version. And they're going, look, we shot down a Rafale. We shot down Russian equipment. Like, dude, China could not ask for better PR, like JT's talking about, with what Pakistan's coming out and saying. But then the guy goes, I'm not saying the Rafale is bad. Like, he adds his little trash talk. He's like, I'm not saying the Rafale is bad. I'm just saying the tactics are bad. The pilots aren't good. Like, they love to, throw in jabs here and there. But from what you're saying, JT, from a Chinese perspective, dude, I mean,
this is a machine for them.
Yeah. We just sold, I mean, it's like race on Sunday and sell cars on Monday. We just sold a whole bunch of new jets.
I think literally in that article somewhere, it says like the shares for the company that make the J10 like spike 30%.
Yeah. Chengdu.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
Dude, but from a American perspective, it's an intel trove. Any of this stuff, dude, we're learning so much about. I guarantee you somebody's in a vault somewhere going, oh yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the people in the vaults know exactly what has happened. But like I said, man, as far as us and the people on the outside, like I could
no idea.
I was watching a bunch of stuff. I'm like, this doesn't pass the sniff test, for me. So I don't know.
Don't believe anything on Twitter.
Well,
don't believe anything anywhere.
What got
unless you've seen it.
in the official brief, what got me was how many times he was repeating. He's like, and we killed him, and we have to know that we killed him because I wouldn't be lying to you. Like, he's like selling me a car. He's like, well, but we know the position, and that's how we know. So it's like, we know because I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
dude,
that's right.
Like,
he had
you're
exact
trying a little too hard to make me believe this and repeating it too many times versus, most briefs are like, and then we had 2 air-to-air kills today, and that was at this pairing at DME, and then they just move on. Like,
show me a HUD tape. It's like, quick, there it is.
It's a PowerPoint. We watched a PowerPoint.